Today, it's the NFL on NBC, and we are indoors in Indianapolis, Miami, and the Colts in the RCA Dome. So you know the weather is going to be perfect, and this whenever these teams meet here, particularly the last 3 years, very, very close ball games. I'm Charlie Jones with Bob Trumpy. Miami is right in the thick of things in the playoff picture.
Yeah, exactly. I think where Jimmy Johnson wanted them to be at the beginning of the season. Simple today. If they win, they are in. If they win 2, they'll be the 3 seed because they play New England next weekend. So as much as it appears on paper that the Dolphins have struggled, this is the right spot for Jimmy Johnson.
And they are led by the Candyman.
Yeah, the Candyman. All season long, Jimmy Johnson has said, look, we got to run. The candy store is Dan Marino. But he is once again lighting up the NFL. This offense is the #1 passing offense in the NFL. Why not put it in that Hall of Famer's hands?
And we asked him, is it fun at the end of the ball game to go the length of the field in less than a minute? He said, tell you the truth, I would rather have the lead and kneel down at that point. All right, now tell me about the Colts.
Well, 2-12 record. Nothing has gone right for the Colts, but last week a spark of what the Colts really have on offense. Marshall Faulk had his best day, 220 total yards. He is that rare combination of a gifted running back and wonderful, wonderful receiver. So if they can the Colts can get him activated against the Miami Dolphins, they can be a threat even at 2-12.
All right, we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the ball game, but as we go away, let's join Jimmy Johnson in his pregame huddle.
Patience, poise, win on 3. Here we go.
Here it is.
1, 2, 3. Here we go. Off on the ball. Let's go. Everybody's into it.
The Miami Dolphin all-time record in the RCA Dome is 8-5, and I alluded to the fact that they've had problems the last 3. They have lost the last 3 ball games, and those 3 ball games they lost 10-6, 36-28, and 10-6. There's Jimmy Johnson, the head coach of the Dolphins. Their record is 9-5.
But Charlie, they are 3-4 on the road, 6-1 at home, and that to me indicates a young team. Difficulty winning on the road.
Lindy Infante, his record is 2-12. He told us yesterday, he said, if Marino is washed up, we should all be so washed up.
Yes. Yeah, he's talking to Jim Harbaugh that here. This football team, when we asked Marshall Faulk to describe this season, he said close. Yet this year they've lost the close games. The 2 previous seasons, they won those close games. So therefore, that 2-12 record.
Kadri Ismail and Corey Harris are the deep backs for Miami. On the return, taken to the 1-yard line by Corey Harris. He's out to the 15 and returns to the 19-yard line, where he is decked at that point. Marcus Pollard got him. Let's look at that starting offensive lineup for the Miami Dolphins.
Well, they got rid of Keith Sims, and Jeff Bucky moves into left guard. Sims was released, picked up by the Washington Redskins. Jimmy Johnson would still like this group to run block a little better, but the most important thing is protect the man, Dan Marino. See Pritchett back in the lineup at fullback, probably their most complete back, although the Dolphins are beginning with Roosevelt Potts at fullback, Charlie.
And he is there as a blocker, pure and simple. He's the lead blocker, and he does the job so well as he opens a hole on the right side for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who needs 168 yards to reach the 1,000-yard mark in his last 2 games. Now let's check out the defense of the Colts.
Front line has probably been the strength of this team for the last 2 or 3 years. Excellent pass rush out of Dan Footman the last 6 weeks at defensive end. And rookies starting at corners against Dan Marino, that's not a good combination.
Potts, of course, originally with the Colts for several years. Little play action fake by Marino. Throws the deep out to the near side to his favorite receiver, O.J. McDuffie. That is his 71st reception on the year. Monty Montgomery, who has the start in replace of Carlton Gray on the corner, had the coverage.
Nice little play action fake, and you see Carlton Gray is looking inside. You know this is zone. Quick break by O.J. McDuffie. Watch the very end of the run, Charlie, as he goes out of bounds. Lindy Infante gets decked on the sideline. Lindy is up, all right.
First down, Miami at their own 35-yard line. Opening drive of the ball game. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has a couple of yards, maybe 3. Grant will make the tackle for the Colts at the 32-yard line.
Charlie,
Excuse me, 37-yard line.
we've made a couple of mentions of Roosevelt Potts. Of course, was suspended last season because of substance abuse, and comes back here and did nothing. He would not lead block for the Indianapolis Colts. Released, picked up by Miami, and now he's volunteering for everything. Probably a good idea after you've been released once.
2nd down and 8. Again, the lead block from Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And Potts said that, I do this very well. And he is doing it very well so far. Footman with the tackle.
Well, again, you're going to see Potts come right up through here and a block on the linebacker. A decent job done by the offensive line, but watch this lead block by Potts. Boy, just takes 59 Stephen Grant 7 yards deep. Makes Grant 9 yards deep. Your running game will work when you have a lead blocker like that.
3rd down. Jabbar is not going to make it on 3rd down.
Well, they tried to trick him there, Charlie. They took Potts out. They put 3 wide receivers in with a tight end, hoping to spread the defense. Colts didn't buy it. They're going to make the stop, and Dolphins are going to have to punt.
So John Kidd will kick it away. Nate Jaquette, the rookie, taken in the 5th round, and San Diego State is the returner. It's a fake to the up back, and it is dropped. The 2nd gamble in a row. It doesn't make any difference who recovers it. It was 4th down. So the Colts hold and take over on down. Jimmy's pulling out all of the stops.
Well, that is a gutty call.
Yes.
Against a 2-12 football team, to give him any momentum whatsoever. Mike Westhoff there, the special teams coach. Let's see what happens here. Well, the fullback, it looked like Parmalee, number 30, didn't get the signal because he didn't even see the ball snap. The ball hits him right in the face mask. He didn't get the call that this is a fake.
Did he miss a meeting?
No, I don't think he missed a meeting. He missed a call. There's Parmalee and Westhoff, the special teams coach. We got the call. Why didn't you get it? Net result is great field position for the Colts to start.
They start at the Miami 42-yard line, 1st down. You try and capitalize immediately and go deep. Harbaugh comes out for him. Pass is complete to the 38-yard line. He'll pick up about 4. Zach Thomas makes the tackle on the play. Here's that offensive line. It's been together this year.
It's absolutely amazing that they have started every game together. From beginning to this point, they have not, one starter has missed a snap. And you certainly hope that for the Colts' sake, Marshall Faulk can get on track this week as he did last week against the Jets.
2nd down and 5. Marshall Faulk moves out as a wide receiver. He's an excellent receiver.
Jay Lewinberg seen some foreign substance on the football. He wants the ball replaced. And the officials accommodate.
He battles juvenile diabetes.
Yeah, he tests his blood about 6-8 times a day.
Takes 4 shots always to make sure. Here's a straight power play up the middle by the fullback, Zach Crockett. Harold Gardner with the tackle. He will stop him in the neighborhood of the 1st down, maybe a yard shy as we check out that Miami front 4.
Jason Taylor back on the outside with a broken arm, bad thumb, banged up knee.
And in the secondary,
Tim Jacobs starts. Sam Madison is out. He is deactivated because of his bad ankle.
And Jacobs, number 34. This is only it's his 5th year in the league, but only his second career start. First for Miami, and the last one was with the Browns 3 years ago.
Yeah, so injuries.
Long time between starts.
Yeah, injuries affect an awful lot of football teams, but injuries to cornerbacks, generally a very bad spot to have an injury.
Looked about 6 lengths shy of the 1st down. 3rd down and 6 lengths.
Yeah, which means absolutely nothing in this football game. 2-12. You're in 4-down area anytime you're across the 50. No big deal. Lindy was checking out the football to find out what was wrong with it there on the sideline.
Defensive players, of course, as you know, offensive linemen the same. They used to do that all the time with Vaseline. And,
yes.
And then they would. I guess the first thing was taping the jerseys down, taping the shoulder pads so you couldn't get hold of it. A fistful of jersey, and then they started putting Vaseline on it.
Yeah,
I think Merlin Olsen started it all.
There used to be stickum on players' hands too. The center would change the ball.
I remember Biletnikoff caught a pass in the end zone and stuck to his shoulder pad. Did he reach something, grabbed it? Well, what do you want for 6 links? Well, the quarterback sneaks you to it. First down for the Colts. Sellout crowd here. And for one of the few times this year, the Colts are on local television.
Yeah, when Miami comes in, yeah, there's a crowd here.
Oh, yes.
He attracts a great many people. Of course, the rivalry between these two football teams is certainly well documented.
An early look at the ticker. Tampa Bay and the Jets will be keeping an eye on that. A Miami win or a Jet loss means the Dolphins are in the playoffs. That will all be sorted out after one more game as to where they'll be in the playoffs if they make it. Here's Marshall Faulk weaving his way through. Just a grab of an ankle. A grab of an ankle, and that was Zach Thomas who got hold of the ankle that saved the touchdown. Whoa!
And Charlie, the flag is going to be on the defense, so the play is going to stand.
Offside. Number 90, the defense.
That's on Armstrong. What did Jimmy Johnson say? Patience and poise.
Well, this is not good poise. You're going to see Armstrong jump, but watch the cutback by Faulk. You see the good little alley created there? That's good patience by Marshall Faulk. When you have a runner like Marshall Faulk, even though you design the play to go to the left-hand side of the offense, there is always that cutoff block on the backside that allows him room to roam, and he took great advantage of it there.
And the Colts wanted a timeout. You had a brief look at inside the 20. That's the red zone. We will talk more about that when we come back. We're scoreless in the Dome.
NFL on NBC is brought to you by Budweiser, Beechwood aged for a crisp, clean, classic taste. By the 1998 Honda Accord, an Accord like no other. By Microsoft, where do you want to go today? And by American Express, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, American Express helps you do more.
We come back inside the RCA Dome in Indianapolis. Faulk is wide left in this particular set. First down, 18-yard line inside the red zone. The Colts are 28 of 30 teams inside the red zone. Here's Faulk to the outside. Very quickly down the sideline. His second reception of the ball game, I believe. That gives him 41 on the year. Every year he's had 50 or more. Tim Jacobs finally got it.
This is a little slip screen. You're going to see the blocking here, and it's all set up for Marshall Faulk. They just give him a little room to roam. And one thing about Lindy and Fonnie, when you have a running back like Marshall Faulk, he'll figure out about 18 to 20 to 25 different ways to get him the ball in any one game.
Sixth play of the drive. It's first down, goal to go. The ball on the 7-yard line. The middle by the fullback, Zach Crockett, as we go to New York for an update.
All right, Charlie, and we go to Buffalo, where Mark Brunell's 60-yard pass to Keenan McCardle set this up. A 13-yard scamper around the left side by Brunell into the end zone. 7-0. Jaguars take the lead on the Bills. Jacksonville with a win clinches a playoff berth today, Charlie.
And Greg, same scenario here. The Dolphins with a win clinch a playoff berth, but right now they've got their hands full. The ball at the 2-yard line, second down, goal to go as the Colts capitalizing on the gamble, fourth down and not punting, but a snap that caromed off of finally. They took over the 42-yard line, trying to stuff it in here. It's Crockett again. He'll be about a yard away from the goal line. Fewest offensive touchdowns in the league.
Yeah, the average 29-2. Of course, when you get great field position like the Colts have gotten at the Miami 42, you know, when you just got 42 yards to drive, that percentage will go up dramatically, Charlie.
Third down, goal to go, 3 tight ends in the set. The pitch is to Crockett. He goes for the corner. He's cut down. He's not going to make it. He'll lose a couple of yards on the play. It is Zach Thomas.
That was a great play by Zach Thomas. You know, when he broke his leg earlier this year, here's Thomas. This is a perfect pursuit angle taken by Zach Thomas. Recognizes it immediately, gets up the field, fights off the block by Wydell. That is picture perfect by Zach Crockett. And after he broke his leg, he even admitted he doesn't get to the sideline like he did last year. On that particular play, he was there and there in a hurry.
21-yard field goal attempt by Blanchard is good. And the Colts turned away from a touchdown, settled for 3 points, but they take the early lead. We'll be back with the kickoff in a moment.
Work of the Super Bowl. You're watching the NFL on NBC.
Jimmy Johnson's gamble on 4th down, a punting situation, a snap that hit Parmalee and was recovered. It doesn't make any difference by who because it was 4th down, so the Colts take over. In reality, paid off because Zach Thomas saved the touchdown. They had to settle only for 3 points from 42 yards away. Meanwhile, you take it, I take it, a little frickin' frack to the back edge of the end zone. We'll bring it out to the 20-yard line on the touchback where the Dolphins will go to work for the second time.
To the gamble. Here's Ed Perry, the snapper. The message didn't get to Bernie Parmalee that it's the fake. Ball is recovered. They didn't convert the 1st down or the 4th down. And then the stop by Zach Thomas really saves Jimmy Johnson's gamble. Hold them to 3 points. So not as bad as it could have been for the Miami Dolphins.
Second offensive thrust. Marino comes out. Pump fake. He wanted to throw them, pulled it back, and then just like a shot put pass to Ed Perry. They started the set with 2 tight ends. Now, I don't know if he's the candy man. I don't know what piece of candy that is. That was maybe a licorice, you know, take it back and over there.
And Charlie, as a matter of fact, that follow-through was so strong, it actually carries him off his feet.
I was looking at the ball.
Yeah. He's got good protection here when he almost pulls him right off the ground. Ed Perry, a good outlet receiver. Picks up the 1st down.
30-yard line. Little play action fake. I don't think fools anybody. Drills it downfield, incomplete. He was going to Troy Drayton, the other tight end, since Perry was successful in the first one. He said, well, I'll try the second one. This one is incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
You're going to see the safety split here. So Marino makes the right read. He's got the tight end trying to get up the middle. Excellent coverage by 55 Quentin Coriat. And Marino just can't quite make the completion. You're going to see a lot of double zone. Corners up, safeties out by the Indianapolis Colts to try to protect these young corners against Dan Marino.
And now he goes with 3 wide from the shotgun. And on the shotgun here in the Dome, always a silent count. Flag is down. Pass is complete to O.J. McDuffie. He is spun down by Quentin Coriat, but there's a marker on the play. It will go against the Dolphins. Dale Hammer is our referee this afternoon. Well, not a very auspicious start for Miami.
Not at all.
A little bit of playoff nerves, do you think?
And
going
again,
into that close?
Young team playing on the road, Charlie.
Go hands to the face. Number 61 on the offense. 10 yards. Repeat 2nd down.
On the center, Tim Ruddy. I was just going back to that, the first pass of Marino's, where he had the motion, pulled him off, and still pulled it back. He's one of the few that could do that, but is that a little bit easier to do indoors because the conditions are perfect and you don't have a wet ball?
No, not really. I mean, I think Marino can do anything with a football that you can possibly imagine, Charlie, indoors or outdoors.
He loves the shotgun. He goes downfield. Pass is complete to Lamar Thomas. His 22nd reception on the year, and Rico Clark brings him down.
Well, again, we mentioned the rookie corners or guys making their first starts, and here is a rookie, Rico Clark, 27 in coverage on Lamar Thomas. Rico Clark was already cut twice this season by the Indianapolis Colts, but because of all the injuries the Colts have had, he's been forced into the starting lineup. And eventually, Dan Marino will begin to recognize where Clark is all day long.
3rd down. Perryman on target. He drops it. Now it'll be 4th down again.
Well,
Jimmy Johnson gambled for the second time.
And that was great coverage by Rico Clark right there, Charlie. He is right up in Perriman's face. Perriman makes the quick jump and accelerates. Actually, you're right. Perriman should have caught that ball.
John Kidd is the punter. Nate Jaquette is the return man, and they're going to kick it this time. Nate plays the bats, takes it on the high hop, slips one, stumbles, and is down about the 13-yard line. Ed Perry, the snapper, was down to make the stop along with Jason Taylor. 49 yards on the kick. He loses 3 yards on the return. When we come back, the Colts will have the ball and the lead. In the ball game by a score of 3-0. A first down on their own 13-yard line. Second time in the ball game that they've been on offense. Harbaugh hands off to Marshall Faulk, who is having a blazing day. Sean Wooden with the tackle.
Charlie, we noticed the Dolphins had their backup defensive line in, but another great job by the offensive line of the Indianapolis Colts. Good setup. Torrey Glenn, 78, does a great job on Bowens. Nice big wide gap for Marshall Faulk to get up through there. And this offensive line, who has started all of the games together to this point, they looked at the first game of the season against Miami and said, man, we were amateurs back then. Now we are comfortable with each other.
Second down and 2. Here's Faulk again. Jumps to the outside, has to cut back in. Maybe a little bit shy of the first down. He stopped by Zach Thomas. Follow the NFL online at msnbcsports.com. Gil Brandt breaks down the Chiefs, analyzes their dominance. Plus, we feature the Steelers' Jerome Bettis, a candidate for the league's MVP award. Also, you can vote for who you think is the coach of the year. Now, Jimmy Johnson, Bill Parcells, Bill Cowher, Jeff Fisher, Mike Shanahan, Marty Schottenheimer, Jim Fossil, Mike Holmgren, Steve Mariucci. Well, there's a lot of candidates, aren't there?
Tony Dungy.
Tony Dungy. And it's all at msnbcsports.com. Who would you vote for?
Tony Dungy.
Tony Dungy. We have flags on the play. It is against the defense. Harbaugh has a free play. Scrambles, goes deep into double coverage. The pass is caught by Ken Dilger. It's going to hold up. Out of bounds near the 35-yard line of Miami. Miami was offsides. Free play. Harbaugh read it, and he looked deep, and deep, and deep. 44 yards on the play.
The penalty is on Mike Chilinsky, and the thing that works, here's Chilinsky right here. Here's Dilger. He recognizes the offsides and stays with the play, Charlie. He realizes this is a free play, good protection. Harbaugh keeps moving around, and Dilger keeps running the pattern because Chilinsky was offside right in front of him, and the completion.
35-yard line of Miami, first down. Harbaugh sets up. This is like a 12-step drop. Pass is complete. It's only going to be good for 2 or 3 yards. Marvin Harrison on the receiving end, but he dropped so far back. I was thinking, 5-step drop, 7-step drop, and he keeps on going.
Yeah, this is kind of a lackluster pattern by Marvin Harrison because, Charlie, this was set up as a screen to the other side of the field of Marshall Faulk. It was well defensed, but Marvin Harrison does his job. He doesn't take the play off. He goes over there and says, well, I might be an outlet, and in fact he was.
Yes. Second and 8, 33. Harbaugh again, goes back in for protection, sideline, tippy-toe Marshall Faulk, and picks up a few more yards. Inside the 29-yard line, Sean Wooden was there to cover him and to take him out of bounds.
And the Dolphins early making the choice here to blitz, down 3-0. On the last snap, Zach Thomas came on the blitz, picked up well. Now Jimmy Johnson, a little concern on his face. Again, the Dolphins, even though they're 9-5, they are 3-4 on the road.
4 wide receivers on this set.
Blitz Blitz again.
From the shotgun, blitz coming right into the face of Harbaugh. He gets it off just in time, 20-yard line. He goes to Sean Dawkins. It's a first down. Under pressure.
Yeah,
whoa.
He goes to Sean Dawkins, and he runs the pattern on Tim Jacobs. You're going to see the blitz come. 22 is Wooden. Free on Harbaugh. But there's the matchup. Dawkins inside the cornerback making just his second start in 5 years. And if there's one thing that quarterbacks can do is Harbaugh's off to a hot start. They can find the new guy out there on the defense.
Here's Fogg. Now the reverse to Harrison. And he'll draw a crowd. And we got whistles and flags and all kinds of things flying in the sideline. Jason Taylor's over there in the middle of that.
A player from the Colts pulled his helmet off. He didn't take it off. It was pulled off.
I'm not sure you want to fool with him. 255 with 5% body fat, he told us.
Number 89 of the offense. 15 yards. The down counts. Second down.
Well, this is not a very smart play. Well, it's 87. It's Sean Dawkins who gets into it with Jason Taylor. They grab each other's face mask, and then the pushing and shoving starts. And then Dawkins pulls his helmet off. That's a very dumb play by Sean Dawkins.
That's a face mask takedown, and that's going to cost you.
So as opposed to a 1st and 10, it's going to be 1st and 25.
Harbaugh, as a footnote, is 6 of 6 for 74 yards. And he'll have to be throwing here as the ball goes back to the 35-yard line.
Now, Sean Dawkins knows better than that. He got a little tap in the back, and it wasn't even by Jason Taylor. It was by another player. He turns around and tries to answer, and they always catch the second guy, don't they?
They always do. Don't retaliate. 2nd and 25. Little play action fake. Back over the middle to Marshall Faulk, who has a lot of room. He goes to the 19-yard line. Gets 16 of it back. Zach Thomas, the ever-present Zach Thomas, makes the tackle.
But somebody blew the coverage here. You see the defense deploy. Marshall Faulk kind of gets lost, and you cannot lose Marshall Faulk. Anybody else on this offense is okay, but Marshall Faulk, somebody's got to be on him at all times.
First quarter comes to a close. Colts up 3-0. Second quarter, Colts are up 3-0. And what about this? Total offense, Indianapolis 122 yards, Miami 51.
I would say that's a fine start for the 2-12 Indianapolis Colts. And what did Dan Marino say? You know, I just as soon kneel down at the end of the game. The Dolphins are creating a situation where there'll be no kneel downs to this point.
And the Jets have taken the lead over Tampa Bay by a score of 3-0. John Hall with a 32-yard field goal. 3rd down and 9 from the shotgun. Harbaugh chased down to the pocket. Throws on the run. That's a tough pass. He goes to Sean Dawkins, who cost him a minute ago. Has it inside the 10-yard line. It's going to be a first down. Tim Jacobs finally took him out of bounds.
Now, there is some justice in that, right?
Yes. That's a tough throw, running left as a right-handed quarterback.
Yeah, and Dawkins comes up with a 15-yard penalty. So Harbaugh rolling out there, hey, you put us in this spot, you convert. And he does. That's one thing about Jim Harbaugh. Always had the ability to throw the ball well on the run, whether he's rolling right or left. So he squares his shoulders. It's a good, accurate throw.
First down, goal to go, just inside the 10-yard line. Colts up 3-0. Little play action, fake sets, throws back right over the middle to Faulk. He's in the end zone. Marshall Faulk scores.
That is the exact same play they just hit Marshall Faulk on at the end of the first quarter.
Harbaugh now 9 of 9 for 109 yards. A plethora of 9s. I love that word.
Same formation, absolutely the same defense deployed. You're going to see him come right through here and everybody kind of spreads out, and Marshall Faulk is standing there right by himself. You see Zach Thomas and Sean Wooden, 22 and 54, both jump on Marvin Harrison, and Marshall Faulk is wide open for the score.
Blanchard with the point after. It is right down the middle. And surprisingly, the 2-12 Indianapolis Colts have a 10-0 lead over Miami.
On NBC is brought to you by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Call 1-800-RENT-A-CAR. Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up. By Chevrolet Trucks, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road. By Citizen, today more than ever, Citizen is how the world tells time. And by Compaq, the most popular computer in the world.
Welcome back to Indianapolis, where the surprising Indianapolis Colts are leading the Miami Dolphins by a score of 10-0. And this will go out of bounds, and that means that Miami will take over on offense 30 yards from the spot of the kickoff. Program. Read it. Lawrence Phillips is in the ballgame. Jimmy Johnson said we would catch a glimpse of Lawrence Phillips. Well, not on this play, little play action. Marino goes deep down the sideline and overthrows the intended receiver, Brett Perryman. And there is Lawrence Phillips. We asked Jimmy last night. Everybody, pretty well knows he's had a trouble past. He said,
Number 27 of the defense, 5 yards, first down.
The call going against the Colts. Jimmy Johnson's answer when we said, Lawrence Phillips, how do you handle him? He said, I told him it's very simple. You do it the right way, and I'll determine the right way.
Yeah.
That's it.
That is rather point blank, isn't it? And Lawrence Phillips is a gamble for the future. If he can keep his nose clean for the rest of this season and the offseason, Jimmy Johnson believes that he could be a tremendous contributor to this football team. He is in decent shape, not great shape.
Has to have a little knee cleaning, a little surgery after the season over. And here is Lawrence Phillips' first carry for the Miami Dolphins.
Charlie, the other thing that Jimmy made the point about Lawrence Phillips, he says, look, I don't have a lot of rules. The Rams fined him every day he was overweight. So, I mean, that's a fine every day until you make weight. He said, look, I'm going to give the young man a chance because everybody in the NFL agrees, it's difficult to find people of this caliber out there as free agents.
Marino again, a little play action as pressure comes back over the middle to Phillips. It's incomplete. It will be 3rd down and 6.
Dan Marino and the Dolphins look horrible on offense.
They look like they're out of sync.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, I think Jimmy Johnson's choice to take a chance on that 4th down that they were not able to convert and only come up with 3 points by Indianapolis kind of set the tone for this game. Now somehow the Dolphins have to change the attitude of how this game is going.
Dolphins now go 3rd down and 6 with 3 wide. Shotgun. 4-man rush, pressure up the middle. Pass is intercepted. Pass is caught. I thought overthrown was going to be intercepted. Brett Perryman stayed on the ball. That is a very tough reception, and meanwhile Marino is down and comes up grimacing.
Kind of grabbing his right elbow again from the shotgun. I don't know if there's ever been a better quarterback. And he sets, throws outside. Carlton Gray, 26, is the closest man in coverage. That is good concentration on the football. Who is it? Tony McCoy, helmet right on his elbow.
Called 37-yard line, first down. Impressed by Perryman. And here is Lawrence Phillips, breaks 3 tackles in a row, has 9 yards on the play. Maybe more than a glimpse this afternoon.
Now, the one thing about Lawrence Phillips, Jimmy Johnson has stated publicly, when they looked at Lawrence Phillips, they checked with the league, his former teammates, coaches, his psychologists, trainers, doctors, the Rams training staff. As a matter of fact, the Rams training staff gave him an F for conditioning. And Jimmy Johnson said, well, he came in here and he was 9% body fat at 228 pounds. That's not bad.
2nd down. Phillips will be dropped for a loss. tried to make the spin move. We'll spin our way to New York City.
All right, Charlie, in Buffalo, the Jacksonville Jaguars, the focus on a playoff berth. Natron Means from 2 yards out finds the end zone, and with the extra point, the Jaguars are now up 14-0 on the Bills. Second quarter, Charlie.
All right, that update, of course, it ties into this. A Miami victory trailing by 10 or a Jets loss today. The Jets are winning right now. Then Miami's in the playoffs. And right now, Miami, truthfully, is struggling. Nothing there for Jarris McPhail, one of the utility men, as Dan Marino calls him, he and Bernie finally.
Again, the Dolphins attempted to spread the Colt defense and then run a little draw trap up through there. Colts were right there to stop it.
And Marty is going to go with a 51-yard field goal attempt from the 41-yard line, attempt to 51. His longest to date that he has made is 42. Perfect conditions. No good. No good from 51 yards away, and that means the Colts will take over at the spot of the hole. The gambles are not paying off for Jimmy Johnson thus far in the ballgame. Just outside the upright. Back in a moment. We go back to the hit on the elbow of Dan Marino.
And it's a helmet right on that bone on the elbow, the throwing elbow of Dan Marino on the sideline. He was over there throwing, getting a little attention. Seems to be all right.
Colts open with a play action fake. Harbaugh's are going to overthrow everybody. Was there misread downfield?
No, I think why not? You're up 10-0. If you can catch them napping, try to get Marvin Harrison behind him, but there was good coverage. Two defensive backs down there. You see the quarterback comparison. That's his first miss, Harbaugh. And Dan Marino struggling. Of course, the first time these two teams met, Dan Marino had a very poor game in the opening game of the season. He was 10 of 26. After they did manage to win, he's looking at the...
And Dan told us yesterday, he said, particularly here in the Dome at home, that the Colts defense always plays well against them. Second down and 10. Fox the motion man. Pulled offside. Was there a false start?
If that's against the Dolphins, Charlie, that's the third time now that they've been offsides, and Harbaugh's using all the tricks in the quarterback book.
Offside. Number 92 of the defense. Unabated to the quarterback. 5 yards. Still second down.
You may say, why was that not a free play? And the other one was because he was unabated to the quarterback and could have really nailed him. They didn't want that to happen. That's in the rules also.
Yeah, and if there's contact, yeah, he makes contact, and that kills the play right there. But Harbaugh's using the hard count. He's using the body language. He's using the chin bob. He's using everything. And Jimmy Johnson saying, come on, concentrate out there, guys. Concentrate.
Patience and poise.
Patience and poise.
Right before the telecast. Right before the ball game on our telecast. Second down and 5. Falk again in motion. Now with 3 wide receivers. Falk becomes a third. Back over the middle. Not to Falk this time, where they've been so successful over the middle. This one is Marvin Harrison. Terrell Buckley had the coverage and the tackle.
That's one thing about Lindy's offense. You see the last 2 times, or the first 2 times they've had the ball, 19 plays, 10 points. Lindy's offense, when it functions, it'll put a pressure on a spot in the defense, Charlie. And you're right, they didn't go to Marshall Faulk, but it was the same deployment of the offense. They hit the guy inside, and Marvin Harrison for a completion.
Jets continue to lead Tampa Bay by a score of 3-0. Dallas in front of Cincinnati as the ticker goes by with Marshall Faulk to about the 45-yard line. He seems to me as if we saw him about 4 or 5 weeks ago, and he was running, I thought, a bit tentative there. Maybe it was problems in the offensive line, but now, last 2 or 3 ball games, he really has taken it up, cranked it up.
And I do think that great running backs have to be comfortable with those people around them, especially the offensive line, also the blocking back. I was very interested in Marshall's comments to us yesterday. He said, I don't care about my numbers. He's got a chance at 1,000 yards rushing again this year. He said, I don't care about my numbers. I want to win. This has been a miserable season no matter what I've done.
Second down 9. Falk on the draw. Well played defensively. Anthony Harris drops him at the 48-yard line. He'll lose a couple on the play.
And Charlie, you see what the Dolphins are trying to do here. Put some spark in this football team by coming with a double inside blitz. And Marshall Faulk.
Is that more of a run blitz?
Well, actually, it was a zone blitz. They're trying to create a turnover, create a change in attitude. It stops him for a loss on the play. And George Hill, the defensive coordinator, trying to get something to just excite this Miami football team.
The Colts 4 for 5 third down opportunities. Here comes 2 more blitzing back. Puck fakes, goes deep. It's a touchdown if he catches it. And he catches it, but takes it over the other shoulder, forces him out of bounds. At the 7-yard line is Marvin Harrison.
Over Terrell Buckley, who bit on the out move.
41 yards on the play.
Here's the blitz again. So that single coverage on the outside. Harbaugh, a strong pump fake. And Marvin Harrison kind of fakes the in move and goes by Buckley. If Harbaugh can follow through, this is an easy touchdown. But, man, where are the 9-5 Dolphins? They've not shown up yet.
First down goal to go 7-yard line of Miami. Just over 8.5 minutes to go, first half. Marshall Faulk is the tailback. Harbaugh scrambles, throws on the run, misses there. All he had to do was get outside the tackles, and he's avoiding the loss. That's what he's doing. Jason Taylor was right on him.
Yeah, decked him. Jim Harbaugh was looking for a little help from the official. But once the quarterback is outside of the pocket, you know, the rules change about him. And there was a great deal of acting there on Jim Harbaugh's fault. Yeah. Like one of those old cowboy movies, you know, they shoot the horse, bang.
And 5 cowboys fall off.
Yeah, that was a little extreme.
Yeah, then they changed the name of the movie to The Magic Bullet. Second down goal to go. Harbaugh sets, throws, tip, caught. Touchdown. Ken Dilger, that is his first touchdown of the year.
Charlie, a simple tight end delay. Coverage for the Miami defense has been just deplorable in this first half.
Kerry Blanchard with the extra point attempt. It is good. The Colts go on top of Miami 17-0 with 8:14 left in the second quarter. Back with the kickoff. Now with 2.5 quarters remaining in the game, Miami trailing, as you see, by a score of 17-0. Changes completely the complexion. Kadri Ismail on the return to the 20, the 25, he's to the 30, nice return out near the 34-yard line. Meanwhile, we've got a wrestling match going on downfield, but we'll go back to the touchdown.
Yeah, here's Dilger. It's just a tight end delay. They cover Marshall Faulk this time, even though the ball is tipped. Enough velocity on it that Dilger is wide open. Watch this ball getting tipped. This is off of the same tree of patterns where they hit Marshall Faulk before. And Ken Dilger, the tight end, just kind of late down through the middle. Congratulations for his first touchdown of the season, putting his team up 17-0. And now for the Dolphins, this is the most key drive of this season, Charlie.
Remember, a Miami win or a Jet loss during the playoffs. Well, Miami down 17-0. Just went up 10-0 over Tampa Bay. Otis Smith, a 45-yard interception return, almost intercepted. Ever so close. Quentin Coriat almost picked it off.
And the ball was intended for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on the screen.
And nothing is working for Miami.
Yeah, watch as Marino sets up. There's just enough pressure from the outside that he tries to get it. It's Ellis Johnson. He's got to get it over Ellis Johnson. And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has little or no chance to make the catch. The Dolphins playing like a 2-12 team, and the Colts playing like a 9-5 team.
Ellis Johnson, 6'2", 292. Ironically played his collegiate ball at Florida. Here comes the blitz. forward with it. It came out of his hands. They're going to rule it a fumble. And the Colts have the ball. Dan Footman comes up with a fumble recovery. I thought, like Jimmy Johnson, I thought his motion was forward. They rule it as a fumble. Footman has the recovery, and the Colts have the ball.
Charlie, anytime you see that big beanbag on the ground by an official, change of possession.
It's what?
Pressure by Whittington, steps up. Oh, that's a fumble. He has it down. It looks like it bounces off his thigh board. See if we can see it clearer here. Again, Whittington with the pressure. Yeah, bounces right off his down. Yep, he pulled it down. Well, he's hoping. He's hoping, but not true.
Harbaugh, 12 of 14, 164 yards, 2 touchdowns thus far. And here is Falk, cannot get to the outside. Well played. Guess who? Zach Thomas. He may be the only one in sync for the Miami Dolphins in the ballgame.
Yeah, well,
he's been outstanding.
But one of 22 starters is not going to get it done, Charlie. Coverage has been awful. The Dolphins look like they flew in early this morning. Not yesterday afternoon. There's Gary Stevens, the offensive coordinator. Nothing has worked for Miami offensively.
Second down and 11. We have a little jumping and whistles. Time may have run out.
There's the snap. Ball start. Number 28 of the offense.
From Marshall.
5 yards. Still second down.
I like Marshall Falk yesterday when you talked to him and you said, you know, what's the big present you're going to do for Christmas? You know, what really is Christmas? He said, let me tell you something. I grew up in a housing development. Christmas is every day at my house, and I want to make sure always that Christmas is every day for my mother. And he bought her a new house in New Orleans, and she's watching, I'm sure, off of the satellite in the ball game.
Moved her out of the neighborhood that he grew up in.
Cecile. That's the #1 lady in his life. Harbaugh back to throw. Has pressure. Flags come flying. We've got a couple drop. Pass is incomplete. Jason Taylor. He's been very active in the ball game for Miami.
Holding. Number 73 of the offense. 10 yards.
Adam Meadows.
Second down.
The rookie draws the home.
You got to hand it to this young man. I think probably next year, all things equal, he's going to end up being a guard, not a tackle, and 78 is going to be the tackle. But look, that's the right choice. If you've got a defensive end with a free shot on your quarterback, drag him to the ground. You don't want an injury to your quarterback. That's a good choice by the rookie Adam Meadows.
Ball at the 37-yard line. I remember this series started up at the 21. Second down and 25. Colts in the shotgun. The Miami defense stepping it up a bit. Pass is complete to Brian Stablon. Jackson with the tackle.
Crossing pattern you'd like to hit when you've got second and long yardage. The receiver running. But as long as the offense for the Colts is out there on the field, Charlie, it's great medicine for the entire team. It doesn't give Dan Marino many opportunities. You can see the frustration of Dan Marino. Down 17-0, a trip to the playoffs on the line. They are playing like puke at this point.
And congratulations, though, to Jimmy Harbaugh, who just went over the 20,000-yard mark. Here comes the blitz. It's picked up well. He's out of time, has to throw it away. There was double coverage on Jaquette.
Well, the Colts have had their opportunities, made good on most of them, but after the turnover by the Dolphins, they lose yards. They don't gain any yards.
And Blanchard will go with the field goal attempt.
He has not made one over 50 yards this year, Charlie.
This one will be 51 yards away. Under perfect conditions, if it stays in, he's got it from 51 yards out. Add 3 more. Make it 50 official. Still counts 3, 20-0. Welcome back to the RCA Dome in Indianapolis. On the right side, that's joy. On the left side, that's agony.
Hard to tell. I'll take the
Yeah, it really is. They look the same, don't they? That's coach's look. Corey Harris. On the return, he's going to run out of real estate. He'll go out of bounds, shy of the 15-yard line. Miami's first 4 possessions as Sammy Burroughs chased him out of bounds.
Hard to imagine how miserable they have looked in these first 4 possessions in the first half. Just awful. They have established very little. The only success they really had was Roosevelt Potts lead blocking for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. That's it.
In the first 2 drives.
And of course down 20-0. Forget the run. Dan Marino's got to air it out now. He may throw this thing 50 times in the next 2 quarters plus 5 minutes and 29 seconds.
To this point, total offense, Miami 73 yards. The Colts 198. Here's Abdul-Jabbar off the right side in a quarterback comparison.
4 of 8, 13 of 16 for Harbaugh, 2 touchdowns. Dan Marino has done a lot of magical things in his career. If he can somehow get the Miami Dolphins back into this game and on top, we got to start a new chapter for Dan Marino, Charlie.
I agree with you.
This is past a miracle. And there's no life. They just walked into the line of scrimmage. There's no life for the Dolphins.
Second down and 7. They trail 20-0. Little play action fake pass is complete. Couple of yards. That's it. To Stanley Pritchard. Jason Belzer is there to deck him. All the life is on the side of the Colts.
Yeah, and Charlie, up 20-0. The Colts' choices, they're coming with the blitzes again. So Marino can't look downfield. He's got to go to the outlet receiver. That's well picked up. But you've got hot reads that you have to go to. If he waits and goes downfield, he's going to get maimed. And the Colts are just having their way with the Miami Dolphins.
John Bach is checked in the offensive line for Miami. Third down and 6 at the 18-yard line. Shotgun 3 wide.
Blitz again.
Far side. A high rejection and almost intercepted.
But Charlie, again, it was great coverage
Rico Clark.
by Rico Clark. But again, the Colts' choice is to come with a blitz, put enough pressure on Dan Marino that he really can't look down the field. Perriman late getting his head around. Rico Clark, the ball bounces off his helmet. And Jimmy, timeout. Can we start over? The answer is no, JJ, you cannot.
John Kidd will be kicking. Nate Jaquette is the return man. Ooh, good kick. 37-yard line, slips one would-be tackler up the sideline and then out of bounds. Here's a program note. NBC Tonight kicks off with a great National Geographic. The Great White Shark at 7. That's not the Greg Norman. No. Then after Dateline from the creator of Jurassic Park and The Lost World, the network premiere of Congo.
Yeah.
Congo. At 9/8 Central on NBC Tonight.
I have a sense the Dolphins feel like they're playing in the Congo here in the RCA Dome.
They may be playing the Great White Shark too.
Yeah. the quicksand, the vines.
Yes.
Very little sunlight here. This is a miserable performance by the Miami football team, offensively and defensively, and coaching staff.
But also for the Colts, it's an outstanding performance at their own 44-yard line, taking advantage of every Miami miscue, starting with the very beginning when they went for it on 4th down rather than punting in a snap to Parmalee, one of the upbacks. It simply didn't work. This is incomplete. Dawkins, intended receiver Jerry Wilson had the coverage. The ticker is going by. Let's see what's going on in that Jet game. They were leading 10-0. And nope, they're up now 16-0 over Tampa Bay.
Well, boy, does this...
So the plot thickens.
Yeah, with the New England's loss last night, with the Miami Dolphins losing today, and with the Jets leading, it's a mess at this point.
Commissioner Tagliabue will call everybody a week from 2 to tell them they're in the playoffs. It's going to come down to the last game of the season, New England and Miami. that Monday night game. This one is complete. Ken Dilger, who has scored a touchdown earlier in the ballgame, his first of the year, has a reception. Calvin Jackson makes a tackle. It's a first down.
Once again, watch the running backs release up through here, and then Dilger is the tight end running the deeper pattern. Harbaugh has the time, and you see Dilger release. Now Zach Thomas is concentrating on Marshall Faulk underneath, and Ken Dilger gets open on top. And this is as bad a performance as I've ever seen for a Jimmy Johnson coach team. They are normally always at their peak psychologically. They are duds to this point today. Another offsides.
Sean Dawkins was the motion man coming across. We've got flags everywhere. I believe it was Darrell Gardner, 92.
Encroachment. Number 92 to defense. 5 yards. Still first down.
This is absolutely a lack of concentration. There's Darrell Gardner right there. What is that? 4 times now the Dolphins have jumped off sides.
Right.
Jimmy Johnson, let me out of here. What is going on? What did I say or didn't say to produce this? And I think his choice to go for it on that 4th down, and it didn't convert, has set the tone for this football game.
And Gardner's going to sit down for a moment. 40-yard line, first down. 1st and 5. Here's Marshall Faulk. Cuts back, a little bit of an opening. Squeezes through, picks up about 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 1. Armstrong with the tackle. Marshall Faulk described this season: 4 possessions, 2 touchdowns, 2 field goals. He described the Colts season in 1 word:
close. Doesn't apply today.
No, not at all.
But
not at all.
They've lost so many games by just so little margin. Actually, he didn't believe in it much with the way the first half has gone here this afternoon.
Here's the first down. How close have they been this year? They're 2-12. The Colts have lost 7 games by a total of 23 points. That is an average of just over 3 points a game for 7 losses. 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go in the first half, and the Indianapolis Colts are leading the Miami Dolphins by a surprising 20-0.
Lindy doesn't mind. Oh, look at that. 12-4, 218-77. The Miami Dolphins have given the Colts a lot of opportunities, and the Colts have taken advantage of most in this first half.
First down, 31-yard line. We had a little jumping. We've got flags. This is another free play. Dilger. They're wide open. Dilger. Nobody within 20 yards. His 2nd touchdown. The flags are going against Miami. It's a free play.
Offside. Defense.
Big time.
Charlie, to this point, I think the best way to put it is, whether it was on the schedule or not, Miami has treated this weekend as a bye weekend.
Well, so have the Colts. Bye-bye Miami.
I'm guessing that his team, Jimmy Johnson's team, thinks that if they beat New England next week, they're in the playoffs.
They are.
But they lose every advantage by losing this game.
Extra point is good. Colts are up 27-0.
With 1:55 to go in the first half. First off, you're going to see offsides. For the 5th time in the first half, you see guys jumping. Gardner. And as happened in the first quarter, both Harbaugh and Dilger stay with the play. Dilger is uncovered. Zach Thomas thinks it's an out. The closest guy to the tuba player is the guy that put the wreath up there. Congratulations from the NFL Films guy. 27-0. You know, they did the same thing to the Jets last week. Just broke Bill Parcells' heart. Parcells is sitting in New York saying, yeah, give us a chance to get back in this playoff race.
Well, as you know, a Miami victory, now you can forget about that right now anyway, or a Jet loss. Well, the Jets are now up 17-0 over Tampa Bay. Otis Smith has his second interception for a touchdown. He has one for 45 yards, now one for 51 yards in that ball game against a very tough Tampa Bay team.
Just as shocking as this score. I mean, the Jets, after the way they were humiliated by the Colts last week, it's just as shocking as this score.
And the Colts did it with their defense as much as their offense.
Absolutely.
They had 8 sacks in that ball game. And the Colts had only 25 going into that game. This one will go through the end zone for the touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 20. I mentioned the Jets score, and we mentioned the fact that the Dolphins are down 27-0. Well, a lot of strange things are going on. Yesterday, great ball games. Again today, Greg Gumbo, Joe Gibbs, Chris Cosworth, Sam White, scores and highlights. Cordell Stewart and Bill Cowher feature, and we'll have a chance to see them in Memphis next week against Tennessee.
Absolutely.
Aren't they exciting to watch?
Yeah, Cordell Stewart is driving defensive coordinators nuts with what he can do.
Oh, yeah. What a talent. And I love the excitement of Bill Cowher on the sideline.
Sure.
You've got to want to play for him.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. He gets involved. I like that. Now 4 wide receivers for Miami. 1:55 time remaining. First half. Shotgun. 20-yard line. Sack. That is only, are you ready for this? That is only the 15th time, 1-5, that Miami has been sacked this year. Fewest in the NFL.
Second time today that Dan Marino has been sacked. And this is, Charlie, the amazing thing is, this is with a 3-man rush he sacked. Dan Footman gets his 10th sack of the season on a 3-man rush.
3 sacks? 3-man rush.
I mean, you can't negotiate. Let's just forget the second half. This is awful.
I forgot about the other sack. You erase him with Marino. Has to pull it back. And fumble ball comes out. Colts may have it again. They do. Colts have it on the fumble recovery. Carl Powell. No, hold it, it's not. 62. Ellis Johnson.
My fault, Charlie. I identified the wrong guy. Ellis Johnson.
No, you had the 2 right.
Again, with a 3-man rush, 8 guys dropping. Ellis Johnson with the spin move.
Fontenot causes it. Yep.
No question the ball is loose.
Yep.
Second time that Dan Marino has fumbled the ball today. And Ellis Johnson, why not celebrate?
Colts have the ball at the Miami 14-yard line. Plenty of time. 1:11.
You know, if I'm Jimmy Johnson, I warm up Craig Erickson.
Yes.
I do not want Dan Marino out on that field for the rest of this day.
I agree with you.
Concede it. Put Erickson in there and see what happens.
First down, Miami 14. Colts up 27-0 and looking to the end zone. Harbaugh's going to run with it, and a semi-dive slide inside the 10. Zach Thomas was there to cover him. He'll go to about the 8-yard line. He'll pick up 6. It'll be second down and 4, and a timeout is called by the Colts. Stops the clock with 57 seconds. Time remaining in the first half. The Colts on the move again. Taken at the 5-yard line by Ismael to the 20, to the 25, and he's down at that point. Let's go back to the touchdown. Dilger's third.
Charlie, we have seen this several times. This formation, Harbaugh back there probably mouth the gate. I can't believe that they don't cover Ken Dilger.
Whose coverage is that?
Well, Zach Thomas blitzed. So if somebody's supposed to cover for Zach Thomas on the blitz, obviously no one did. Marino's on the sideline saying, man, this is a nightmare I thought I'd never have in this situation.
The Colts have had 6 possessions and 6 scores. Miami comes out with 4 wideouts.
With Marino at quarterback.
On their own 25-yard line, first down, 47 seconds. McPhail on the draw. Jarris will pick up a few yards. Timeout. Are they going to call it? No.
No, my fault, Charlie. Marino just signaling to the wideouts what the next play is.
I asked Dan about this situation. He said, if the clock's running, I make the call on the play. If the clock stopped, it comes in from the sidelines. It works out about 50-50. Here's McPhail on the receiving end, out across the 40. Now they'll take the timeout. So the play will come in from the sideline, or Dan will amble over and talk to them.
I'm not sure what they say when he gets over there.
Hello?
Yeah. You know,
have you met our game plan?
Yeah. The one thing about Jimmy Johnson, there is this author that he constantly quotes about flow. The guy
wrote the book Flow, yes, and his name is 15 syllables long. You got it?
I got it.
Okay, good.
Mahali Csikszentmihalyi. And he...
do that again?
You would ask that.
Yes,
Mahali Csikszentmihalyi.
That is awesome.
And it's a gentleman that Jimmy Johnson just relies on. It relates things to the players. Be ready, be psychologically up for every game. And down 34-0. He had, I'm betting he had no indication that it was going to be like this today.
I didn't think you could do it. 41-yard line, first down. No flag. Marino throws. There wasn't a receiver anywhere nearby. He was getting rid of it. He was out of time.
McDuffie went inside, and Marino threw it outside. And again, with a three-man rush, good pressure on Dan Marino.
So it will be second down and 10 at the 41-yard line. 16 seconds. Dolphins still have 2 timeouts. 1 deep completion, maybe.
You're dreaming, Charlie.
Well, if they do, they could go for a field goal.
Okay.
But that's the only thing.
Let's hope, yes.
And we've got flags.
I think that's too much time.
You're right in your statement. I said the Colts are playing well, and you said Miami's helping them.
Oh.
Ball start. Number 60, the offense. 5 yards.
From John Bach.
Still second down.
There was just 1 tick on the 25-second clock left, too. So, again, nothing is working for the Miami Dolphins.
Second. No flow today.
No flow. Outflow today.
Trying to dump it off underneath. Everybody was covered. The Colts sitting in that deep prevent.
Yes.
And you cannot get behind them.
And trying to get it to Jarris McPhail. Burt Berry was the man in coverage, and just 10 seconds left, so you try a Hail Mary.
How about this? The Colts have had 31 points in the second quarter. That is a new record. The old record was 28 points 5 times. 31 points in the second quarter. To go with their field goal in the first 34 minutes. Whoa.
Absolutely amazing.
Third down 15. 3-man rush. Just a simple draw to Jarris McPhail. And that'll take the clock to 0-0. An unbelievable first half for the Colts. The score at halftime, the Colts 34, the Dolphins nothing. And now let's go to New York and Greg Gumbel. Johnson made a call earlier, and you think there's a reason for that?
Now looking back on it, I do believe this attempt on 4th down to run the trick play that was failed by Miami. Bernie Parmalee didn't get the message. He was trying to light a fire. Later on in the first half, 2 fumbles by Dan Marino. 1 there. Obviously, also 2 sacks on Dan Marino. That one recovered by Dan Footman. And then, again, almost the same kind of situation, just a 3-man rush. He pumps a little bit. The ball is knocked loose. Ellis Johnson comes up with the recovery. And, you know, now that I look back at that first half, Jimmy Johnson knew exactly what his team's frame of mind was. And they're now in a situation where they're being totally embarrassed. And that's so unlike a Jimmy Johnson coached football team.
Meanwhile, the Colts will have the ball to start the second half. Harbaugh is throwing for 218 yards and 4 touchdowns. And the Colts are really rocking and rolling as we take a look, and the numbers will tell the story. The Coors Light halftime stats.
5 first downs for Miami, none rushing. The pass yards, 50 for Miami, 218 for Indianapolis, as you just said. Absolutely atrocious on the part of the Miami Dolphins. So what this team from Miami is banking on is beating New England next week. Now, again, the Jets are winning.
Yes, they are.
So the winner next week in Miami versus New England is in the playoffs and has a chance to win the division. If the Jets continue to win today, then they will have their control of their own destiny playing Detroit next weekend. What may happen if the Jets win next weekend, the loser of the game in Miami is out of the playoffs. And I mean, coming into this weekend, after the Jets lost, New England and Miami were in the best situations. New England gets hammered by Pittsburgh last night in a great football game. And the Miami Dolphins, I don't know who those guys are. They have not shown up yet, Charlie.
No, but I tell you something, the Colts have shown up. They're taking advantage of every opportunity. They're not letting anything slip away from them.
Yeah, this is an early Christmas gift for the Indianapolis Colts.
6 possessions in the first half, 6 scored. And Harbaugh having a perfect afternoon. Marshall Faulk to the 35-yard line. I talked about possessions. This is what I was talking about.
Yeah, I can't remember a football game I've done. 6 possessions, 6 scores. 3 touchdowns, 2 field goals. 3 of those touchdowns to Ken Dilger, the tight end. I mean, that goes into the memory bank. 6 possessions, 6 scores.
35-yard line. 3rd down and 4. In addition to Harbaugh's mom and dad who are here and his wife's here, he also has his son's soccer team here as his guest. Flag is going to drop. It'll be a pass interference call. It'll go against Tim Jacobs. And everything is working for the Colts today.
And everything is not working for the Dolphins.
Pass interference. Number 34 of the defense. First down.
Stabilizer's running in, and Jacobs making his first start for the Miami Dolphins. Grabs a hold. And Charlie, this game would be a lot simpler for everyone to understand if players had accelerators. You know, and you could Jimmy Johnson could go to every player and set the accelerator on the player. You know, playoffs at stake. We win today. We're in the playoffs for sure. We don't put any pressure on ourselves next weekend. But because players don't have accelerators, you have blowouts like this.
Colts now from their own 40-yard line, first down. Marshall Faulk at age 24. It seems like he's been around longer than that. Jason Taylor with the tackle. Comparison of the 2 quarterbacks. Marino 6 of 13. 58 yards, 2 sacks, 2 fumbles lost. A career high 4 touchdowns for Jim Hall. 16 of 20, 218 yards.
Yeah.
And no interception.
The more shocking numbers are Marino's numbers.
Yeah. The Jets have now gone up 24-0 over Tampa Bay. Second down. Harbaugh to throw. Being chased out of the pocket and down. Fumble. The ball is loose. Miami may come up with it. We qualify that. They do have it.
I think it's Sean Wood.
For the recovery. You're right.
Jason Taylor hits him from behind. Harbaugh getting up very, very slow. Holding his left forearm. It is Miami ball.
And for the Dolphins, really their first break in the ballgame.
Taylor comes from the downside and on the roll by Jim Harbaugh. See if we can pick up what happens.
I think he gets the AstroTurf right on that point of the elbow is what it looks like.
And you see the dive for the football. Watch his left arm as Jason Taylor grabs a hold of it.
It hit his mask down and then hit the string right there on the point. And we'll get a report from the trainers. One thing we do know is that it hurts. 37-yard line. Here comes the blitz. Play action fake. Marino deep over the middle. Pass is caught. This will be a first down. It was caught at the 24-yard line. O.J. McDuffie and Jason Belzer makes the tackle. Miami's first half. You could label it a disaster.
Yeah, I'm not sure you can even put Miami's name on this first half. They did so little.
6, 4, 7, 2, 3, 2, and 5 plays.
Nothing. Did they get across the 50-yard line? I mean, they may have. Yeah, they had one missed field goal attempt from the 41, but I think that's the only time they were across the 50.
They put number 29 plays in the first half. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and now a bit of a spark for the Dolphins.
Yeah, the only way that Miami can get back in this football game is turnovers, as Jim Harbaugh is being attended to on the sideline. There's Hunter Smith on the left, having his left arm, upper arm.
Second down and 5 at the 20. 2 tight ends on the set.
Holcomb warming up.
Marino taking a lot of time. 3 seconds on the clock. Abdul-Jabbar close to the 15-yard line. Longest scoring streaks. San Francisco 320 games. Miami is second. These are current streaks, 162. Last shutout was in 87. And Tennessee 130 games.
Now this has been
320 for the 49ers.
Yeah, that's pretty remarkable. This has been a very potent offense for years and years and years, but there haven't been any halves in the history of the Miami Dolphins that they played like this.
Third down and 1. First time for Miami in the red zone. It'll be close to the first down marker. Looks as if he has it.
Well, it's not like you settle for 3 points here.
Oh, no.
Down 34 to nothing. Jimmy Johnson's even taken off his headset.
Close enough for the measurement.
First half he had his headset on, involved. Now he takes the headset off, probably because he wants to maybe get in the face of this guy or that guy. Yell, scream, and holler.
Johnson with a kickoff return of 101 yards for the Jets. They're up 24 to nothing over Tampa Bay.
Leon Johnson has been a great addition to the New York Jets, hasn't he?
LaShawn Johnson, is it?
Leon Johnson from North Carolina.
Well, I don't know. The message says LaShawn. What is it? That's what they gave us. Have they acquired somebody new that we didn't know about? I don't.
Well,
I have
Keyshawn Johnson, Leon Johnson, a Johnson.
A Johnson. That's right. We will check that. We'll check that. Meanwhile, it's fourth down. Obviously, you go for it. 0-1 today. Different situation. Lawrence Phillips is the tailback, and he's got the first down. Not with a lot to spare.
No.
His momentum will take him to about the 13, and then the defense pushed him back.
Roosevelt Potts was the lead blocker. Lawrence Phillips. Here's Potts on the lead block. Again, Lawrence Phillips at 228 pounds. Got some power.
And I think Jimmy Johnson's description of, you'll see a glimpse of him.
Yes.
And that's just about right. All right, inside the 20. Tied for most in the NFL. Here he is again. Cuts back. Fights his way to about the 7-yard line.
Again, Charlie, something you said in the first half about Lawrence Phillips. He has a foreign body in his knee. He's going to need knee surgery in the offseason. Rather minor now with the ability of surgeons to go in there arthroscopically to clean up his knee. But I think Lawrence Phillips is here to impress Jimmy Johnson and those people around him for the remainder of this season, so he gets a fair shot next year.
And show his teammates. Here he is again. Inside the 5 to about the 4-yard line.
Now he'll push the pile, won't he?
He does.
Did you see that?
Oh, yes. It'll be third down and about a yard to go for the first down. 4-yard line of Indianapolis.
And frankly, Lawrence Phillips is more along the lines of a running back that Jimmy Johnson would like. A guy who's going to break a tackle or two. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the wonderful running back. but he's more of a darter. Lawrence Phillips, he'll put dents in the other team's helmet.
2 tight ends on the set. 3rd down. Phillips the tailback. Has it again, and he's dropped for a loss. Colts defenders were there, led by Ellis Johnson. 4th down, of course you go for it.
Yeah, Ellis Johnson jumped right around the block of the guard. Johnson's right here. Watch him jump around the block. And he is right there at the point of attack. And Lawrence Phillips has no place to go. And again, Charlie, 4th down. Sure, let's go for it.
Report on Hallmark quickly is bruised left arm and questionable return. Meanwhile, Marino needs a 1st down or needs to get into the end zone. He'll go with a silent count. That's what he's pointing to me. He throws on the break. The break was to the inside. He threw it to the outside.
It looked to me, Charlie, like the ball was tipped, but it ended up end over end. Blackman, 25, was on the blitz. Let's see if this ball is tipped. It should be coming right at us. No, it wasn't tipped. He just threw it that poorly from the...
Harbaugh's in the ballgame. He doesn't want to miss this one. Hands off to Marshall Faulk, who also doesn't want to miss it. He's out to the 16-yard line. A gain of 8. It'll be 2nd down and a couple. Bruised left elbow or left arm. And here's the Harbaugh today. 16 of 20, 218 yards. But August 31st, that's when they first met in Miami. In fact, we did that ball game that opened the season. Remember, he got a lot of criticism. He took himself out of the ball game. He had heat exhaustion. He couldn't even get his arms up. He got a lot of criticism for not being in it, and he was trying to do it to help the team.
Yeah, I don't think there's anyone around the Colts or around the league who would question his intestinal fortitude. No. He has withstood a lot of pressure, taken a lot of hits.
And given a few, as a matter of fact. Here's Faulk. Marshall out to the 20-yard line, spins his way for the 1st down.
Charlie, what did you say? I'm just judging Jim Harbaugh on the field. Now you're talking about Jim Harbaugh off the field.
No, I didn't say that.
Oh, okay.
I didn't say that.
All right.
And there's the Jets score 31-0. And who returned? It is now official.
Leon Johnson.
Thank you. 1-on-1 kickout. Meanwhile, Adrian Morrell has scored from 7 yards out.
So it's now 27-0.
31-0.
31-0
Yeah.
Who'd have thunk that the Colts would lead the Dolphins 34-0 and the Jets would lead the Buccaneers 31-0?
Amazing. Next to last weekend of the season. Harbaugh throws. This one is picture perfect to Marvin Harrison.
And I use thunk in memory of Dizzy Dean.
Terrell Buckley with the tackle.
For all you English teachers out there, I know better. But Dizzy Dean, a former pitcher in the major leagues, made
a lot of money with his broken English.
Yeah, made that line famous.
29-yard line. 2nd down in the yard. 5 minutes and 19 seconds and counting. Time remaining. We are in the 3rd quarter. Dropped at the line of scrimmage. He's not going to pick up the 1st down. Tim Bowens with the tackle. So it'll be 3rd down in the yard.
Choices are pretty easy here for Lindy and Fonny for the rest of this game.
Run Marshall.
Yeah, as long as the roof stays on this building, I like our chances, is probably what he's saying.
Use all of the clock.
Patience and poise.
The Colts have converted 5 of 7 3rd down opportunities. This one you feel is just about a slam dunk, less than a yard. Quarterback sneak. Shows a little motion. Here's Marshall. Has the corner, has the 1st down. Flag is down. Flag dropped to the 32-yard line. Holding against the Colts, so that'll bring it back. Harbaugh is thrown for 4 touchdowns.
Number 85 of the offense, 10 yards. Repeat 3rd down.
That's the tight end. He's caught 3 of those touchdowns that Harbaugh's thrown.
He's made 2 mistakes. He's caught 3 touchdowns. So he's 1 up on him, right?
No. Actually, touchdowns count a lot more than penalties.
Okay.
A lot more than penalties.
Ball goes back to the 21-yard line.
I would love to know what Jimmy Johnson's thinking right now. He's probably already thinking Wednesday, next Wednesday.
He's working on the New England game plan.
Yeah. How do I fire the team up? He generally does it Wednesday, set the tone of the week. He doesn't wait until Saturday night.
Miami showing 6 defensive backs, shotgun formation. Harbaugh, good protection. Scrambles, throws it away. So it'll be 4th down. Jason Taylor was applying the pressure. Taylor's played a very good ball game for Miami. He may be one of the few whose engine has not run down. He and Zach.
Yeah, but of course he was out for quite a while with a broken arm and then the bad thumb, and he's also got a bruised knee, and he's certainly got the energy level that's necessary.
He's got a titanium plate in his arm, and he said with that high technology, that may help his golf game.
Yeah, then again, it may not. You never know.
That's true. Space age technology. Okay. Kadri Ismail. No, it's going to be O.J. Duffy. O.J. McDuffie is the return man. Here's pressure, gets it away. Pretty good kick under a lot of pressure. McDuffie takes it on the run, spins away from a hit. Second man gets it. He made a nice move to avoid Jason Belcher. Jaquette was there. We'll step aside. When we come back, the Dolphins will have the ball. The Colts have the lead. 34-0. Miami trails. Craig Erickson now the quarterback. This year has completed 8 of 18. No touchdowns, 1 interception. He turns and throws. Pass is complete to Lawrence Phillips over the middle. Phillips and Roosevelt Potts are in the backfield. We'll close the book on Dan Marino as Doug Grabert, our director, catches the frustration on his face. Only 7 of 15, 71 yards and 2 sacks. Reminiscent of the yardage and the numbers that he had in the opening game against the Colts.
Yeah, but this is much worse in his career. This is a poor performance by Dan Marino and his teammates as I've come across.
Here's Phillips to the right side and then out of bounds, and the flag is down. Holding against Miami. They'll bring it back.
Holding. Offense. Number 84. 10 yards. Repeat second down.
That's on the tight end, Troy Drayton. When Erickson came in, you heard the smattering of boos. Of course, he was here.
Early in the season when he had the Kansas City ball game, Marino was his ankle was bothering him. Remember when we talked to Erickson? And he said that the greatest thing that's happened to him is to be in practice with Dan Marino. He said, I'll be having trouble with a deep crossing pattern, and Marino will hobble over and say, throw it at his left ear hole.
Yeah.
And I say, his left ear hole? I try to get in the neighborhood he can catch it.
Yeah, well,
but he can do that. That's what Marino can do.
But I'm not sure Erickson's going to put anything in his Dan Marino memory bank from this game.
Here's the delayed screen. Pass is complete to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And that's not working either. Back to the original line of scrimmage, or close to it. 2.5 minutes, time remaining, third quarter. The Colts are leading Miami by a score of 34-0. We mentioned frustration on the face of Dan Marino. It is also there for Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah. Did you get any indication from Jimmy when we talked to him yesterday afternoon that he expected this, could sense this?
No, and I talked to him down before the ball game on the field.
I couldn't either.
I didn't either. No.
This comes as a great shock to me.
Erickson from the shotgun. Here comes the blitz. Barely gets it off. Pass is complete. Nice moves downfield by Brett Perryman. Belcher, I believe, with the blitz was right in the face of Erickson. He came high on top of him, and he still got it off.
Charlie, one of the things about Erickson, big, strong kid, he will stand in there. And, yeah, he sees 29 bearing down on him. And you see some quarters kind of shorten on that release. Erickson recognizes his opportunity here, his role. We're not going to get shut out, gentlemen. I'm here to score. We're not going to break that string.
At the Colt 41-yard line. Phillips and Potts in the backfield. Little play action to Lawrence Phillips. Goes deep over the middle and is incomplete. Going into triple coverage. Lamar Thomas, the intended receiver, and I believe that's the first time they've gone to Thomas in the ballgame.
And he paid for it.
Yes. There were 3 defenders there. Second time they've gone to him. He wishes it had been just one. Back in a moment.
Mark Thomas is all right up on the sideline.
This is the 5th play of the drive. Lawrence Phillips. Erickson thus far has completed 3 of 4 for 22 yards throwing.
Those folks around the NFL remember the Craig Erickson situation. He was the starting quarterback here in Indianapolis, and then the reemergence of one Jim Harbaugh in the season when he became captain comeback. Erickson started the season as the future quarterback for the Colts 2 years ago. They couldn't get it done. Harbaugh comes in, takes the Colts to the playoff 2 straight years. He's waived, goes to Miami.
3rd down and 2. Phillips is stymied and pushed back. I'm surprised that there's not a flag. There's got to be a flag there.
Well,
either on the Colts for hitting after the whistle or on Phillips for turning around and throwing a football at him.
Yeah, Steve Morrison.
Otherwise, this is going to get out of hand.
Steve Morrison kind of extended things a little bit. Phillips showed his anger.
Could go either way.
And it's 52 hits him.
Yeah, but Susie, that's got to be an automatic.
Well.
Meanwhile, we automatically come to the end of the 3rd quarter, and we'll be right back after these messages from your local station. 4th down. Miami obviously will go for it as they trail 34-0 as we go into the 4th quarter. Phillips is decked at the line of scrimmage. He's not going to make it. The Colts will hold. They will take over on downs, reminiscent of the way the ball game really started.
Charlie, I don't know when I've ever seen a football game that has more just shown graphically that much talked about first down Colts. They didn't make it. Momentum. It has been on the Colts side all day long and against Miami from the outset.
We still hold it. We didn't slip away to that commercial because there was a request for a measurement. Always has to be honored.
Well, Dale Hamer just declared quickly first down.
That's right. And now we know why he did it. Okay, everything's under control. Colts hold. They have the ball. Back in a moment. Marino with ice on his elbow. 71 yards today for Dan. 2nd fewest yards in his career in 93 against the Colts. 67 yards.
Well, Colts have his number to a certain extent. And also Miami's lost 3 straight here, soon to be 4.
Marshall Faulk joins the wide receiver core here. And just a straight handoff to Zach Crockett, the fullback. Jim Harbaugh's wife is in the stands today. We understand that his mom and dad are here also, Jack and Jackie. We have it there as Maya. We haven't been able to find. Maya and Jim surprised his dad with an early Christmas present. A big red luxury car.
Yes.
In celebration. His dad's the head coach at Western Kentucky University. Had their best record ever, and everybody said his dad was just thrilled to death.
Yeah, 10-2.
We think he left early and is driving around Indianapolis in the big red car.
40 miles on the thing.
We asked him if Dad would mind if we got him on camera. He said, "Camera, microphone, you bring it, Dad will talk."
Yeah, he'd love it.
Sean Dawkins. He's going to pick up the first down, I believe. Let's see where they give him the mark. Colts last win by shutout at the Patriots, December the 6th, 1992.
Well, that was a couple of head coaches ago, wasn't it?
Oh, yes.
1992.
And a long 5 years ago. 43-yard line, first down. Colts up 34-0. And that was the score at halftime. A flag is down on the far side. Zach Crockett pulls it in. Crockett with 15 receptions coming into the ballgame. Sean Wooden, who has a fumble recovery, as the tackle.
Offside. Number 99 of the defense. 5 yards. Still first down.
Jason Taylor.
That's 5 or 6 times that the defense has been offside today. And Charlie, I'm telling you, that more than anything else is an indication that your team's mind is not right. Now, Harbaugh has done a good job of drawing them off. When you can't even concentrate on either where you line up or the snap of the football, you know your team is just not here.
That was on Jason Taylor. He told us yesterday the season has gone by in a blur. Marshall Faulk. Derek Rogers.
Now this might produce the Colts' 3rd win of the season. And look how many times the Colts have had either the 1st or 2nd overall pick in the draft. Elway didn't play here. Bennett traded away. George traded away. Entman played for Miami for a while. Coriat's still here. Falk's still here. I mean, since 1983, this team has had a lot of first-round picks. And frankly, I think because they allowed John Elway to get away to Denver, that's why they had all the rest of those high picks. And that, of course, was sideline.
And Faulk will pick up the first down.
So even with the 3rd win today, Chicago plays tonight. Arizona at 3-11, or Indianapolis or Chicago would have the first pick in the draft. And speaking of the first pick in the draft, congratulations to Charles Woodson of Michigan for winning the Heisman. That'll be a tough choice. Bill Tobin is the general manager of the Indianapolis Colts. He has to figure out who the Colts are going to draft for 1998.
Marshall Faulk came into the ballgame needing 115 yards in the last 2 games to reach the 1,000-yard mark. He's got 60 in the ballgame. He'll make it back to 59. He just lost a yard on that play.
Yeah, you know, they didn't need Marshall.
They didn't mark it at the line of scrimmage?
Charlie, they didn't need much of Marshall Faulk today to really take over this football. He had a couple of big catches. But, he's getting there, 9:43. Of course, last year, I think, is the
toe injury, the first toe, and
that's the exception. He suffered from that foot injury. As a matter of fact, told us that he didn't get over that foot injury until just before training camp began.
I think it's impressive in those numbers. His receptions 52, 56, 56, 39 in the down year, and then he's moving on the 50 mark again this year. And he has another reception. Wright Hollier with the tackle.
I don't know why they're using him up. You know, I mean,
well, they want to play.
Oh,
they haven't been in this situation. You know, I mean, you're going for the victory. You come into the ball game, you're 2-12, and you've lost a lot of really close ones that we talked about earlier. And you know, it's fun now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
They probably said, "You want to rest?" No.
Okay. Whatever. I'll buy it. I'll buy just about anything at this point. 34-0. Charlie, have you read any?
The Jets are up 31-0.
Have you read any good books lately? Seen any good movies?
Check the Weather Channel this morning, as always.
How about the Christmas shopping?
And then I thought we were indoors, so it doesn't make any difference.
How about the Christmas shopping? Talk to me, pal. Tell me anything here.
Here's Cliff Gross. I like the story about your grandson.
I'm done talking about this football game, Charlie. You're going to have to entertain me some other way.
Tell everybody about your grandson. His mother said, "You're going to go down to the office with me today. You've got to put on a suit."
Yeah. So mom goes in. She gets dressed. Grandson is in there. She comes in to get him, and he's got his bathing suit on. It's the only suit he owns. He figures mom wants me in the suit. I'm going in the suit. So he was ready to go out the door with a suit on.
It was perfect.
Sure. What's wrong? You said suit. This is a suit. Well, let's go. What else?
That's it. that we just peeked out.
Okay.
First down. The draw to Zach Crockett.
Yeah, well, I would hope that Marshall Faulk is done for the day. If you're going to sacrifice somebody here, sacrifice somebody other than Marshall Faulk. He's got his helmet up on the sideline. Frankly, if I'm Marshall, I'd lose that helmet in the next 30 seconds. I don't know. It just got away from me. 18 carries, 58 yards, 5 catches, 49 yards, the 1 touchdown. How do you figure this game out? I don't get this game.
I don't get it every Sunday.
I mean, not just
never know
this
what's going to
game.
happen.
I mean, professional football.
I think it is so close that the smallest things of all can set it off in either direction. Harbaugh avoids the sack. Great scramble to avoid the loss. Outstanding. Chalinsky and Burton, he gets away from them both, and still, he gets out of the pocket. Now he's upset that he didn't complete the pass, and he had to end up avoiding the loss.
Wait a minute, Jim. Come on. Let's back off here. Check the scoreboard. 34 to nothing.
He wants more. 6 of 9 on third down opportunities on this, the 10th play of the drive. Jimmy Johnson just wants the clock to keep moving. From the shotgun. Third down and 9. Harbaugh dives, and he's got it. He knows where that marker is. He dives at the 20. If he slides, it's where the ball is on the slide. He's not going to make it. If he dives, he makes it. That's the competitor.
Actually, it's a very good choice by Jim Harbaugh, too. There is nobody down the field. He certainly doesn't want a turnover here. He kind of thinks about it for a moment, and then that head first dive.
And he lands on that sore left elbow, too.
And, you know, AstroTurf hurts everything.
Oh, yeah.
It bruises your teeth. Even puts a scrape on your mustache if you've got one.
20-yard line, first down. Marshall's back in there. The NFL season extends to the World Wide Web on NFL.com, league's official website. Visit NFL.com for all of the scores and stats, including a complete roundup of this weekend's scores and action. Plus, chat live with some of the NFL's biggest stars. It's all at NFL.com.
In fact, let's go there right now for an update. Look, Jimmy Johnson. Oh, man, I got into business to do this.
Second down and 8. Cliff Gross and Marshall Faulk are in the backfield for the Colts. Both go in the pattern, throws quickly to the left side. That's to Sean Dawkins. Dawkins will pick up the first down. It's going to be first down and goal to go. The Colts lead at 34 to nothing, and they want more.
Yeah, well, they're right on the edge here of just rubbing it in. Because they're in the AFC East, they play these guys twice a year. If nothing else, Miami from this game will have a memory for next year.
I think when you're 2-12, you have the opportunity. You rub anything.
Yeah, well,
not just anybody. You're just celebrating the fact that you're out in front.
But don't show them up too bad. I mean, we've played poorly. You've won the game. Don't rub it in our face.
21 first down. Here is Vaughn. Marshall jumps to the outside, cuts back in, keeps going, has the touchdown. His second of the ball game, his 6th of the year.
Just no effort on the part of Miami. Look at all the guys on their feet, just trying to bump him out of bounds. Zach Thomas makes an effort to kind of overdoes it a little bit. Marshall Faulk bounces off of him for the score.
40 to nothing with the extra point to come. It's good. The Colts shutting out Miami by a score of 41 to nothing. The Marshal of Indianapolis. Now those are Santa's helpers.
As anyone could tell that.
I mentioned earlier very quickly, though, that this year the Colts have lost 7 games by a total of 23 points. And that average is this. They've lost 7 games by 3 points a game.
Yeah. And then their wins come at the hands of Green Bay. They scored 41 points here. They beat the Jets last week, 22 points here. They got 41 points on the board against the Miami Dolphins here. Amazing.
It's hard to figure out.
Yeah, it is.
At the 3-yard line, Corey Harris on the return for Miami. To the 30, they'll stand him up. They'll blow the whistle at the 31-yard line. We have 6 minutes and 21 seconds left in this ball game. Back in a moment. Welcome back to the RCA Dome in Indianapolis. The Colts up over Miami 41-0. Miami with the ball at their own 32-yard line. Craig Erickson, the quarterback. Lawrence Phillips gets the call.
Well, if nothing else, this blowout has afforded Jimmy Johnson and the Dolphin fans a good look at Lawrence Phillips. Number 21, formerly worn by one Jim Kick back in the 60s and 70s.
And the look at the ticker showing the Jets up over Tampa Bay 31-0. And the other score since Cincinnati beating Dallas 31-17 in the fourth. And the Bengals have really caught fire in Boomer's comeback.
Yeah, Boomer, the addition of Corey Dillon.
Boomer going to be the starter next year in Cincinnati?
Probably so.
Yeah, I think so as well as he's done.
Yeah, run the string out until there's no string left.
Lawrence Phillips, by the way, 10 carries he's rushed for 30 yards in the ballgame. All right, now the Dolphins lost and the Jets win. What does all of that mean? Well, it's a little complicated, but it's beginning to straighten itself out, and we'll have that story for you right after this play. 3rd down and 6 from the shotgun. Erickson's pass is complete. First down on the far side to Brett Perryman. Was it Perryman? No. Bernie Parmalee pulls it in. And meanwhile, we'll pull up this.
Here it is. Because of the loss by New England last night and the Dolphins today, if the Jets win next Sunday, Detroit, they make the playoffs as a wild card, and only the winner of the Patriots-Dolphins game down in Miami next Monday night will make the playoffs. If the Jets lose next Sunday, Patriots-Dolphins winners, they're both in the playoffs. The winner is the AFC's champion. The loser is the wild card.
From the 45-yard line, first down, Lawrence Phillips.
Frankly, Charlie, coming into this weekend, I thought the Jets had the least chance to win, and the Patriots and the Dolphins had the best chance, when in fact the Jets are blowing away Tampa, and New England made a solid effort last night, but Miami has just flat stunk the joint up today. And I'm telling you, Jimmy Johnson knew it. Now I understand why he tried on the 4th down fake punt.
Yeah, now let's explain it. People have joined us later. Explain what he did. This was their first series of down. It was 4th down punt. You figure he's going to punt. He had, 2 or 3, 4 yards to go, something like that.
Yeah, on his own 42.
On his own 42, and he ran a fake to the up back. The up back is Bernie Parmalee, who never got the word that it hit him.
Yeah,
ball fell down, recovered. They didn't get. Here it is.
Snap to Parmalee. Parmalee doesn't get the message. The snap is perfect. It bounces right off his chest. The snap came at about the 43 or 44-yard line. They could not vert. And then this is the resulting score.
Now this is Zach with the touchdown that led, stopped it, and then they kicked the field goal.
Yeah, then they kicked the field goal, but Parmalee didn't get the message.
And the race was on.
But that was Jimmy Johnson telling his team, boys, you're not with it today. I got to manufacture something here, and they have not manufactured anything.
3rd down and 5 into coverage, incomplete. Lamar Thomas takes a beating in coverage again.
Yeah, he's been a target today, hasn't he?
Yes. Rico Clark nailed him.
This is the deep slant.
4th down and 5.
And the safety is right in there. Actually, David Tate kind of goes easy on Lamar Thomas. Doesn't make contact.
4th down, they'll go for it. 1 out of 4 on 4th down.
Well, I guess the Miami Dolphins like pressure on themselves, because next week's game against New England, the team that they have already lost to this season, the entire season is on the line.
Their record will be 9-6. Incomplete. The Jets' record will be 9-6. New England's record is 9-6. And we'll be back in just a moment. Kelly Holcomb is now the quarterback. Hetherington and Cliff Gross are the running back. Harbaugh today, 20 of 26, 255 yards, a career high 4 touchdowns, 3 of them to his tight end, Ken Dilger. yards this year. He has 1 carry for 11 yards prior to this 29-yard jaunt, and a Dolphin is down.
Very poor tackling here. Looks like Calvin Jackson, 38, stays on the ground. It goes, bounces off 3 guys.
All right, we're back now to the RCA Dome in Indianapolis, and all of the medical facilities are here. Calvin Jackson is the injured player. We'll go back and see number 38.
He's right back here. There, he's going to make the contact. Sets himself. Still hanging on. Can't really tell anything from there, but the medical assistants are doing the right thing here. Take no chances with any player.
We'll be back in just a moment. All right, we come back here with 4:03 time remaining in the ball game. The Colts have this one well in hand by a score of 41-0. They're working on Calvin Jackson. Now, Joel Myers, Jim Kelly, and Paul McGuire are covering the Jacksonville-Buffalo game, and part of our network is going to split away and pick up the action in that ball game. Jacksonville is leading Buffalo by a score of 20-14. And again here, it's Indianapolis 41 and Miami nothing. And those of you, of course, across the network that are staying with us, we will be updating the report on Calvin Jackson as soon as we have anything official. They are immobilizing him and making sure, taking all of the proper medical cautions or precautions.
You see that medical personnel from both sidelines rush out there too. Doctors from both teams, trainers from both teams, all try to help as best they can. It's always a little scary when you're the guy standing up. You have a teammate hurt to that extent. It makes you understand that there are some precarious spots a professional football player puts himself in, and on the next play, that could be you with tape over your helmet. So the first time we looked at it, there's Jackson sitting right there. As Gross makes the cutback, he's in perfect position to assist on the tackle.
Goes in with his right shoulder and hides him up.
Yeah, he doesn't duck his head. He kind of looks up, and when he goes to the ground, he kind of supports himself. But he appears when he hits the turf that he's in some distress. I see it used to be when I played, we were stupid. If you had a teammate down, you go over and take his chin strap off, try to get his helmet off of him. And at least the players are smartened up enough that they don't touch the player anymore when he's down like that. I'll leave that to the doctors.
And again, as soon as we get before we go off the air, any kind of an official report from the medical teams of the Colts and the Dolphins, we will pass it on to you immediately. If we don't pass it on before we leave the air after the game's over, it simply means for the family and friends I know that are very anxious for that information, is that we have not gotten anything official, and we will never speculate in this kind of a situation.
Yeah, and with an injury like that, when you have tape on the helmet, they will generally take him to a local hospital, not to the x-ray unit underneath the stadium, to get clear and concise x-rays.
And remember, that's all precautionary. We don't know anything. Back to the ball game with the ball at the 20-yard line. And here's Cliff Gross again. Flag is down. We're talking about that one big opportunity. He only had one carry prior to the ball game.
Offense, number 58, 10 yards.
Holding on Jay Lewinberg, the center. He's really taking advantage of it, isn't he?
And of course, Cliff Gross goes back. Come on, Jay, man, give me a break.
I'm going to score on the next one if you'll just block.
I don't carry it much.
That's right. Jay will probably say, I didn't even recognize you.
Yeah.
Who was that Colt that went by me?
You play for the Colts?
So the ball goes back to the 30-yard line. Gross, 5'11", 225, played at Texas A&M.
I'm against anything that stops
in
the
his second
clock.
year.
Anything that stops the clock from here on out.
Here's Gross. Here's the report. Neck injury, like Bob said, neck injury. He's being taken to a local hospital for complete examination. That's all we know at this time. We do not know the extent of it. That, of course, we're talking about Calvin Jackson, the player who was just injured and taken from the field. "27-yard line. Second down. Here's Gross. He's having the time of his life. Here's the Miller Time game summary. 41-0. Harbaugh, 20 of 26, 255. Marino, 7 of 15, 71 yards, 2 sacks, 2 fumbles. And the unexpected, Colts score on their first 6 possessions.
That's shocking. I mean, in professional football, I'd like to know the last time that might have happened.
Also, don't let it pass by that Harbaugh had 4 touchdown passes, 3 to this man, his tight end, Ken Dilger. Career highs for both of them.
Yeah, and Lindy and Funny is saying, how do you figure this out? What is going on?
Here's Gross on the draw to the 20, cuts back 15, 14-yard line. He just keeps rolling right along. Gary Wilson with the tackle.
Yeah, Dolphins have a 4th and some yardage to go here, so they will go for it again, Charlie. You don't want to just rub it in. No.
But the countdown will go to the 2-minute warning before they can get the next play off. So 2-minute warning to both benches. 41-0. Back in a moment. Christmas is in the air, and the first present is to the Indianapolis Colts.
Oh, boy, it's Christmas in the air here.
Saying Jimmy Johnson and the Miami Dolphins. And Jim Harbaugh is saying, ho, ho, ho. Why couldn't Christmas have come early this year?
And Craig Erickson and Dan Marino on the sideline. Whatever we thought was lucky, it's not.
Kelly Holcomb, the quarterback for the Colts. The recent running star is Cliff Gross. He doesn't want to come down. You give me an opportunity, and I'll tell you what, I'll give you 100%.
Yeah, and look, Miami's team is on the sideline. That was a 4th down.
Yep.
They're hoping the Colts convert. They do not want to take the field. Look, nobody's moving from the Miami sideline. There was a please make it.
Yeah.
Defense is leaving the field.
They have held. They take over on downs. And as they take over now, time for Charlie's memory. 25th anniversary, Miami's undefeated season. 13th game, Yankee Stadium. My broadcast partner was Kyle Rote. Cold, damp, and rainy. Zonka and Kick, a.k.a. Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid. They ran down the football Giants 23-13. Earl Morrall was a quarterback. Bob Greasy still 3 weeks away from coming back off of that broken leg. Saturday, the day before practice, Kyle and I were there, and we rode back on the bus with Don Shula, and in his hand he had a copy of this. Time Magazine, December the 11th, 1972. And that was the year, of course, that they won it all. And notice Apollo End of the Moon Odyssey took place at the same time.
Yeah, you know, I'm
25 years ago. It seemed like yesterday.
Yeah, and I'm not sure back in 1972 we realized the significance of an undefeated
That's
team.
right.
I mean, I played against that team. They blew you up psychologically.
Oh, yeah.
If you didn't score first, it was 7-0 them.
Right.
If you didn't score the second time, it was 14-0 them. And I mean, and then it was just downhill from there. That was one of the great football teams I've ever been around. That and the Pittsburgh Steelers, another fantastic football team who would just immediately, psychologically, take you out of the football game.
And that was almost exactly 25 years ago today. That was December the 10th, 1972.
Was that game in Yankee Stadium, did you say?
In Yankee Stadium and with Kyle Rote. And I tell you, to be in New York City with Kyle Rote as your broadcast partner, he was the king of the city. We had a great time.
I'll bet.
Now, I have good news. A report on Calvin Jackson from the field. He had movement. He had movement on the field as they took him off. And feeling. Movement and feeling. Now, that's the preliminary report that we have. That is official for the medical staff.
The two most important things when there's a consideration of a neck injury is feeling and movement in the extremities.
Miami Dolphins, 162 games since their last shutout. November 29th, 87 at Buffalo, 27-0. It's now final. The Jets defeat Tampa Bay 31-0. That's the final.
So again, to repeat, Jets play Detroit next weekend. If they win, they are in the playoffs. Miami plays New England next week. If the Jets win, the Miami-New England loser is out of the playoffs, and the winner wins the division.
There's the final that we were just talking about. Here's another interesting number. In jeopardy, you can always... Miami, total offense to this point, 165 yards. Total offense. The Colts' total offense to this point, 401 yards.
Wow. Whoa. And you know, last week, the Colts held the Jets to 126 total yards. And they've done this 2 weeks in a row now.
120 and counting, time remaining. Roosevelt Potts gets the call. That's the first time that he's carried the ball for Miami. And here's that playoff picture again.
Yeah, again, because of the loss of New England last night, Miami's lost today. Jets win next Sunday at Detroit. They make the playoffs as a wild card. And then the matchup between Patriots, Dolphins, if the Jets win, the loser is out of the playoffs. Jets lose next weekend. Patriots, Dolphins, both in the playoffs. One, the AFC East winner. One is the wild card, and it'll depend on point differential between the two. Patriots already have a victory up on Miami, and
also they'll know about it because the Jets play on Sunday. The New England-Miami game is the last Monday night game.
That is correct. Now for the Miami Dolphins, they are now 3-5 on the road. They're 6-1 at home, and we changed that one. The last shutout becomes December 14th, 1997 at the hands of the 2-12 Indianapolis Colts, 41-0.
And a standing ovation for the Colts. Sellout crowd here, not all remaining for it. Lindy and Fonnie came up to Jimmy Johnson before the ball game. I was standing. He said, "Let's get the handshakes out of the way now." He didn't want to miss this one, though.
Yeah, right. Lindy did not expect this.
No.
Nor did Jimmy Johnson.
Nor did Jimmy Johnson. This has truly been the unexpected on a Sunday afternoon.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, 2-12 football teams are dangerous, and if you cooperate, they blow you right off the field, 41-0.
And that's exactly what happened here today. Harbaugh with a career best 4 touchdown passes. His tight end Ken Dilger with a career high 3 touchdown receptions. We'll be back in just a moment. The final once again, the Colts 41 and the Dolphins nothing. Afternoon to remember if you're a Colt fan.
Yeah, Jim Harbaugh enjoying talking to the local press on the sideline.
He's going to stay out there for a while.
Absolutely. I mean, probably saying, you know, if we could have spread a few of these points out through the season, we wouldn't be 2-12.
That's very true. That's what we mentioned earlier. They've lost 7 games this year by a total of a little over 4 points. And last year they won 7 games by around 4 points per game. And the difference in a playoff and not being in the playoff.
Yeah, well, I would have never expected Miami to come in here and just play as awful as I think I've ever seen them play. Yeah. And now the last week of the season for the AFC East, it is all or nothing. I mean, for New England, the Jets, and Miami, Charlie.
Harbaugh, 20 of 26, 255 yards and 4 touchdowns. It's been on a Harbaugh afternoon. Once again, our final score, the Colts win it 41-0. Now stay tuned for the final day of the EMC Skills Challenge coming up next on NBC. We're glad that you could be with us this afternoon inside in Indianapolis. For Bob Trumpy, I'm Charlie Jones. So long from Indianapolis. You have been watching the Colts upset Miami. It's all going to come down to next weekend, the Jets, Miami, and New England. You have been watching the NFL on NBC. Harbaugh celebrates the network of the Super Bowl.